Hello, and welcome to Puzzlers Anonymous. My name is Kevin, and I'm a puzzle addict. And what's going on in my life? Well, as you could see, the title and such, I'm doing a Saturday. I tried to record on Thursday for Thursday Puzzle Club, and I just wasn't feeling it. I started the video, and I don't know. I wasn't into it. It was a perfectly fine puzzle. It's just, I don't know. I've been low energy recently. Work is busy. It's always busy this time of year. I also feel like life has been pretty busy, so like maybe that's part of it. I also just hate this time of year. I always talk about how summer is my least favorite season, but definitely August, the dog days of summer when it's just like too hot to do anything. I mean, I was in my yard work area this spring, and then like as soon as I finished that big project, I haven't done shit, and it's because of the heat. It's just, I'm a very sweaty guy. I hate being outside when it's sweaty. So, yeah, today was actually a little bit cooler, so I actually did yard work, and that felt great. And I look forward to doing more as the fall goes on. But yeah, generally in life, I've been low energy. So hopefully I'm starting to bounce back from that with a productive day today. But who knows? The only other thing I can think of that's going on is just, there's a new Phoebe Bridgers album, and that's not really an event in my life, except yes, it is. Like, I listen to a lot of music. And I kind of bounce all over the place, but then occasionally I'll get an album that really gets its hooks in me, and I just listen to it over and over. And that was definitely the case with her last album, which came out in 2020. And this weekend, I've been listening to it nonstop. I don't know if that will continue, but so far I'm very into it. Even Gina, she went to Chicago this weekend to get her dress altered, and she listened to it once on the way down, and then she was going to listen to it again, and she was like, why am I doing this? It's going to be playing around our house nonstop for the next month, so I should probably not listen to it on my own. But I try not to be annoying to her listening to the same music and over and over. But so far, I am enamored with this album. I really enjoy it. It's an album that has to be played loud. Not because it's like a friggin' banger, but for two reasons. One is that it actually has dynamics, which is very rare in popular music. But two is there's so much happening quiet in the mix. I'm so fascinated by the production of this album. Phoebe is someone who's always been, comfortable with exploration and messing around, just having interesting sounds. I listened to a song explorer with her. If you don't know that podcast, they have someone take a song and break it down part by part. And she did one for Scott Street years ago. And there's a part in that song where she mentions a helicopter, and then there's this reverby guitar sound that sort of sounds like a helicopter, and it just appears at that one line, and that's the kind of shit that she always does. But in this interview, she said all the best ideas I ever have always start with wouldn't it be funny if we did this, or wouldn't it be stupid if we did this? It always kind of starts as a joke and then becomes a thing. So I feel like on this, her third album, she's really gotten comfortable with that, and it's just every segment has a new thing. If you listen to most songs, the verse 1 and verse 2 are gonna sound kind of the same with different lyrics. Some people will do, especially in rock music, the second verse, the guitar will drop out and it's just bass and drums, which I love that sound. But it's generally the verses sound the same, the chorus sounds the same. On this album, it's the first verse is gonna have mandolin, and you're gonna be like, ooh, that mandolin sounds so good. I can't wait to hear it again. But then the second verse, the mandolin's gone, and now there's flute. And then the third verse, it's a choir, not a full choir, but 4 or 5 people harmonizing. It's just really fun to follow through. And then it's this perfect mix of folky sounds and kind of newer sound. I feel every song has both a banjo and a synthesizer at some point in there. And I love listening to it. When I hear this certain part, I'm just I want all music to sound like this. And it probably will in the next few years, because I feel Phoebe is the most famous indie person right now. And if this is what she's doing now, this is what everyone else is going to be doing for the next few years. It's back when Kanye was good. I'd always be like, it doesn't matter if you like Kanye. You got to listen to his album because whatever he's doing now is what rap is going to sound like for the next 5 years. I even like didn't like Yeezus when it came out because when I was a child, I spoke as a child and did childish things. Now I'm a man. I put aside my childish ways. But even then, I was like, you gotta listen to it because this is what rap is going to sound like. And that didn't end up being true because Yeezus was such like a personal, like no one could imitate that. And it is, now that I've learned the errors of my way, it is Kanye's greatest album. Now he's not innovating in that way. Now no one's copying him, but people are copying Phoebe Bridgers. So I'm excited to hear everyone doing banjo with synthesizers now. It feels a lot like, you know, Bon Iver, where he's doing all this crazy stuff, but it's not like for the sake of craziness. It's to serve a song. And the other way that the album reminds me of Bon Iver, or that Phoebe in general reminds me of Bon Iver, is like, this is her first album in 6 years. And then before that, there was another 5 years from her first album. So she's been at this for like 11 years, shockingly. And this is the third album she's put out. But she hasn't not been doing stuff. She did Boy Genius. She did Better Oblivion Community Center. She like works with a bunch of other people. Now she's in movies. There's this primetime A24 movie about Chris Hansen. She was in the trailer. So she's busy. She's not making music. But I feel like there's this thing, much like Bon Iver, it's like when I'm doing a Phoebe Bridgers album, it means something. It's because I have something to say, and it's like the best that I have to produce on my own. So I'm loving it. I hope it, you know, stays good in my mind and I don't wear it out. But it's pretty good. I mean, as Phoebe says in one of the Better Oblivion Community Center songs, I can't imagine what the problem would be. You find one song that you like and you just play it on repeat. So that lyric is not actually about music. It is about a casual sexual relationship with someone that you're not in love with, but it's like, hey, it's harmless because what's wrong? You find one song you like and you just play it on repeat. So that's the only update in my life. Listening to music. Let's start the puzzle. Obviously, it's a Saturday. I usually do Thursdays. Saturdays are the hardest of the week, in my opinion. And I don't know if I've ever solved a Saturday on this channel just because they're so tricky. But whatever. We could try it. In worst case scenario, we can use the solve protocol. So here we go. Blake Slownecker. That's a fun name. So yeah, themeless. So there's not going to be a theme, obviously. But I still like to start with clues that are longer clues, which I define as 8 or longer, because I like to make it hard for myself. Worth looking back on. I want it to be memorable, but I think that's 9 letters. Yeah, 10 letters? 9 letters. Good job counting, though. Appeal. No idea. But we got some long boys down here. Speak up. In quotes. So it's going to be like a phrase, I think. It says, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. That was SpongeBob, right? I make so many SpongeBob references on this. I don't know why this guy just figured out the theme is SpongeBob. I think I just wanted the rainbow thing because I had the thing of like the text going like that. But I also use it in Rebus Alert. This whole channel is so like cringe millennial just making references. But hey, know thyself. Intermezzo and Trau Normand dishes, essentially. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Hoedown, get down. So hoedown itself is like a party, but it's a specific type. And then like a get down, it's also like party, but this might be a specific. So get down, like, does that also count as a dance? Would a square dance? That wouldn't do it. Maybe line dance. This festival I was talking about that we always go to, they have a barn dance every Friday. You know, where it's just like, you don't have to know the moves. It's just like dozy do, swing your partner. And I love that. It's so fun. And like that sort of thing, I think was popular around when I was in college. Like I've been to weddings where they had barn dances for the main dancing. But it's always a bummer because it's always Friday night, and that's after I've biked 57 miles and have no interest in dancing, but I wouldn't ask them to change the schedule just for me. Underlining as an example. So this is like a way to draw attention to something, but I don't know. Some back and forth. Don't know. Go in the wrong way. Also don't know. Luckily, there's a lot of long downs that we can still look at. And again, I'm most likely not going to get any of the long ones. It's fun. It's like how I challenge myself with the themes, but this one's going to be solved through the 3 and 4s, especially on a Saturday. Cut out the middleman for delivery. That'd be some sort of like picking up thing. Is the deliverer the middleman? Probably. Pick up in person. I don't know. Fabulous collection. There's like a line in a song that's talking about having a fabulous collection of something. Is that what's being referenced? I don't know. You're the best. Don't know. Classic 1926 novel, often published with a bull and matador on its cover. So this one will be Googleable if we do the solve protocol, even though I don't use Google anymore. This is a Hemingway thing, right? This has got to be Hemingway. But I can't think of what it is. It's got the Old Man and the Sea, which would not fit. It's got For Whom the Bell Tolls, which will not fit. Can't think of more Hemingway books. And I could be totally wrong altogether. But I feel like he was fascinated by bullfighters. And I think he had... Like, I can see this. It's like a red... It's a white background in the, like, red. Not just the matador's cape, but, like, everything is red on there. But I don't know. Dressing group. Don't know. That's 7, so fuck it. This is a long one. Upper regions of forest. This is usually canopies. But that wouldn't be that. So that's 7. Let's give me some more long ones. All right. You get the point. I don't know. Kicks back in a way. Relaxes is 9. Crime writer Mickey, who created the Mike Hammer stories. Don't know Mike Hammer. Okay, so we don't know it. There's no more long ones, so let's just do ones across. I told you this would be tricky. I'll never lie to you at Puzzlers Anonymous. I'll tell you when a clue is tricky. Began. Started. I don't know. Show faces. This is 8 letters. Why didn't I look at this before? I looked at 16, but I didn't look at 7. It's not costume. I'm thinking of like faces for a show, like the makeup that you put on. I don't know. Bring back into the fold, so to speak. Don't know. One from Japan's kitchen. Why is Japan's kitchen in quotes? It must be like a region of Japan that's known as their kitchen, and this is someone who lives there. I don't know. Bit of ceramic ware. I want to say it's an urn, but it could also be a pot. So we're leaving it blank. Cast off. Let's say set sail. Cast off can also be like send some away, but I feel like it's when you're starting on a boat journey, you're casting off. 7/. No idea. Lovely and wonderful food per Monty Python. I should know this. I should really know this. Rose Bowl Stadium athlete. So that's in Pasadena. You got USC is in LA, but they're the Trojans. That's University of Southern California. What's the other school there? Is there a school that's actually called like Pasadena? I just don't know. I'm not going to find it out. Big Ring, don't know. Patient privacy law in brief. That's HIPAA. 2 P's or 2 A's? I know it's that. I just can't do this. But it's going to be 2 A's because just looking at 24 down, that's manatee. Okay, we'll keep with the acrosses. World Cup team nicknamed the Three Lions, abbreviated. That is England. So we got that. Say hey. Say. I'm going to go with greet. I don't feel great about it, but it's just, put stuff in. Hold on, get down. Don't know. Long Legged squid. Wayne's World, exclamation. Gosh, I should know this. It's Wayne's World. It's Wayne's World, party time. Excellent. It's just woo, 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 woo. Maybe. There's so many different things it could be. Christina of Buffalo 66. I don't know what Buffalo 66 is. I don't know if that's like a new or old. Ring location. A lot of ring stuff. Oil wells, but it's some trickery. I don't know. Nickname for Eleanor. We got Ellie. Probably Nora, right? That could be wrong. But I don't. No, I already knew this. I'm just thinking that on the friggin' I'm losing my mind here. The friggin' Phoebe Bridgers album, she's got like a love song about Bo Burnham, who she's dating, which I'm very happy for her. But she always refers to him as Bobby, which maybe that's what she calls him in real life. I was gonna say I found out from that Bo is short for Robert, but no, I didn't, because he mentions that in Inside, the thing that I'm familiar with him from. Eye-catching stage prop. I don't know. Got it? I want it to be capiche, and it might be. I think this is how you spell capiche, but I just don't know. So I don't know how I explain which ones I do write in and which ones I don't on a Saturday. It's all vibes based. Through. Is this via? Maybe. Probably not, because that's giving us a double A on 37. Oh no, I still don't know. Classical figure in an 1898 Gustav Klimt oil. No idea. Big name in fashion. Could be so many people. I beg you. Is this just please? Let's try it. Who cares? Okay, we already got that. We don't got it, but we've seen it before. No good. Ending. This is an ending to a phrase no good, like no good something. Can't think of it. Diamond figures is carats and is abbreviated, so is that CRT? Maybe. Cathode ray tubes. Leftmost star of the summer triangle. I don't know the summer triangle. What I do know, I was talking about the dog days of summer before. I learned where that phrase came from. So there is a star that is the dog star, and it's one of the brightest stars in the night. It might actually be it's like the brightest or the second brightest. And people back in the day understood astronomy much more than we thought, or like we give them credit for. I mean, most, like, obviously historians know it, but the average person thinks that they don't. So like people understood that, like, the stars, their location changed in the sky over time. So the dog star it's like mainly visible in the northern hemisphere in the winter. So people understood that in the summer, and especially in August, the dog star was like on the same side of the earth as the sun. So the idea was the reason like August is so hot is because the sun and the dog star are like working together. They're both pointing at us at the same time, making it extra hot. Yeah. Okay, what do we got here? Hemingway. The sun also rises. I realize there's going to be no point in this video where this guy figures out the theme, because there is no theme. But I feel like this guy just got a really long answer. Dressing group. Maybe something like nurses, like dressing wounds. I don't know. Gamgee player in Lord of the Rings. That's my boy Sean Astin. Love him. Something to see. Don't know. Oh, look, this also means a set sail, which I was only iffy on, is correct, because we got 2 letters off of it. Even though 10, I have no idea. The second one on the Statue of Liberty is longer than its first one. Is it one of the lines on the tablet? That doesn't actually have the Colossus poem. It just has like the date. What else is long? Statue of Liberty. Is it the toe? It could be the toe. We'll leave it for now. We're keeping that in the back of our mind. Toothache care option. Just fucking pull it, man. Don't know. Communion as an example. Could be like a sacrament. That doesn't fit. It could be so many things. Charybdis's man-eating opposite in myth. Oh, it's like Scylla, right? I'm totally, that's like way too loose to commit to, but I feel like it. I think it's like Scylla and Charybdis. That's going to end up changing, but whatever. Okay. Oh, is it tree canopies as the upper regions of forests? Yes. French Baroque artist Nicolas. No idea. Challenged on X, say. It's added, because this is like on Twitter, which they now call X, which is stupid but great for trickery in crosswords. It's like, don't at me. But like, if you say at-id in the past tense, is that double T? I think it is, because otherwise it'd be aided. Gosh, that's strange. These are things never meant to be written out. I guess it's Twitter, but you would say, don't at me. You would never say atted past tense. That guy added me. Atted. Scout's follower. Honor. Scout's honor. So the follower of Scout is honor. Bad spell is going to be a hex. So I think our hoedown, get down, is a Texas two-step. I couldn't actually tell you what that dance is, but doesn't Beyonce mention that on her country album? Partner of pitch and roll is yaw. You get the point. Keep in mind, via is a weak answer here, so let's not think too much about that V. Honestly, please is a weak answer too. You get the point. Don't know. Kicks back and away. Retires. I don't know. Crime Writer Mickey. Don't know. Prince of Monaco, beginning in 2005. They had new princes in 2005. I guess, yeah, some places have princes still. Certain tenant. I don't know. French soccer superstar, Kylian Mbappe. We were watching one of the France games. I feel like in all sports, like, there's always a few stars they talk about more than anyone else. But, like, even during the game, when we were watching the France game, Gina was just, like, cracking up about how often the announcers were talking about Mbappe and no one else in the whole game. It was just like every second was just like Mbappe, 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 Mbappe. Nuts. Some bow ties. No idea. Where roots take hold. Wherever they want. Complain. Don't know. Citation shortener is et al., which makes me think that please is correct. Nice. Tricks or treat. Orange or lime. Does this work as aid? Just gonna have like lime aid. Can you have orange aid? And could this clue refer to something that is going to be that suffix? I just don't know. Okay, so now we're one time through everything. And there's still a lot of open space. This is where we get into that thing of, is a Saturday solvable in a video? Or am I just going to be spinning in circles? Yeah, I don't know. Began. Show faces. Still thinking theater here. Don't know. Bring back into the fold. Historic is worth looking back on. Okay, so that means I still don't feel good about Scylla overall, but I think I'm in the right area. Appeal. Yeah, especially here. It feels very unlikely that this ends with I. We could put urn. We could put pot. I think I'm going to put one. Just to remind us to think about both when we're looking at the downs. So on that. Is this spam? I think it is. This is a Bruin. Yeah, which means like bear. Which team? Is it just UCLA? Yeah. Big ring, still don't know. Say hey. Say, I don't know. Okay. Something clean. Palette cleansers. Okay, that makes sense because intermezzo would be an intermission. And I don't know what Trau Normand means, but yeah, that's a palette cleanser. Okay. And then it's plural because of that. I feel like we have a lot here, so I'm actually going to go back to this. Drop ship is to cut out the middleman. I don't think I actually would have been able to tell you what dropship means. But now that I have enough letters, that is something that is ringing a bell for me. And yeah, it's just like you drop it off. You don't need someone to sign for it. Fabulous collection. Cornucopia. Oh, that also means that pot is correct. Or is it pan? I don't know. You're the best. What a pal. That's a great phrase. But gosh, I have no idea on that one. So let's get to this. Began. Did anyone understand what I just said? I don't even know what I said. So let's get to this. I think it was, let's see what we get from this. So let's get to this. Began. I feel good about all my downs. I don't feel super good about CRTs for carrots there. Is it K? Is carrots with a K? Yeah, like 24 carat. That's with a K, right? I'm just thinking of like Bruno Mars. He's got like a 24 carat, and I do believe it was 24K. Okay, began. De-woke. I don't know. Bring back into the fold is probably rehire. So yeah, we're good on that. Yeah, I think all I can think of is Osaka. Osaken. Could KRA be the thing in that? Ooh. I should know more stars than this. But I don't. Or is this facets? No, because I do think rehire is correct. Oh, man, I don't know what that fabulous collection is going to be. Okay, well, now let's continue down here. Was I on downs? I think so. Yeah, I was on like yaw. I got Texas step. Okay, you get the point, and we know please is good. I think it's et cetera. I'm not going to do the video clip for that. Professor send from community because I did it a few weeks ago. And I think he says et cetera. Because the whole thing is not even just that he's being pretentious in how he says it, but he's pronouncing it wrong because he's the fake theater professor. And so he's saying et cetera, and then Jeff's like, did you pronounce et cetera wrong? And he's like, I'm a fake theater professor, not a fake Latin professor. This not relaxes, right? It's reclines woodwork. What does that give us this? Yeah, because then this would be Christina Ricci, right? I don't know Buffalo 66, but I know names of famous actors. Don't know that guy. How am I supposed to know crime writers? Okay, so what would this be that isn't Ellie, because there's not going to be a double E at the beginning? Is it Nelly? Maybe. I don't know. Through. Till. So this is through in time. Until. Up through. We're actually doing all right. This is Lauren. Not Lauren, but Lauren. Ralph Lauren. Why am I saying in that deep voice? I don't know. Okay, does this get us anything? Orange or lime? Okay, hue. That's funny. They wanted us to think it was citrus, or of course in my stupid brain thinking it would be like the suffix that you add on citrus things. But yeah, that's not it. Where do roots take hold? In the scalp. At 54, the classical figure is Athena. I don't think I knew that, but yeah. Spillane? This would probably be Nell. Sister had a friend named Nell growing up. Ooh, I'm just not going to know this guy. Is this Holla? I don't know. Okay, this is toe. We were thinking about that. We got letters for that. Is oral... It's probably oral something. But I don't know what else you would have there. Show faces. It's not tattoos. It could be like a Is it a gambling thing? Like show face cards? Yeah, I don't know. Balacho, help me out. All right, let's look at these other sections. We got a lot here. Dressing group. I feel like the G is the start of the second word. But then this is just chaos up here. I don't know. Oh, this is not. Not. Oil wells. Okay, this is capiche. But I guess it's spelled with a C there. Yeah. This has got to be something so obvious that everyone's laughing at me. Some bow ties is probably just pasta. I don't know why I didn't say that, but I was thinking in that category. I was like, oh, something with bow tie pasta. But I never thought that just pasta would be the answer. I don't know this, but underlining is emphasis. Cool. Some back and forth is going to be a repartee. Go in the wrong way. I don't know that. Tricks. Has. If you've tricked someone, you've had them. I've been had. So tricks. Present tenses. Has. That's the kind of tricky shit they do on a Saturday. Complain is carp. That's a very rarely used meaning, but it's true. So go in the wrong way is trespass. Certain tenant. Who's a person that stays without pain? What's that one? I don't know. Prince of Monaco. I'm not going to know that, man. Long, gotta be armed, right? I don't think squids had arms. Ring location. Why do I want it to be lobe? I don't know. Oil wells. Is this just ports? Pores. You can have oil on your skin. And the wells for that are the pores. This looks like nothing, right? I guess, could capiche be with an S? Probably. Yes. Vinaigrettes. That's good. Who did this puzzle? I don't want to scroll up because I'm going to mess up my thing before. Blake Slonecker. Sorry if I didn't shout you out before. Vinaigrettes as dressing group. That's fucking funny. Okay, show faces is TV. I don't know. People? Appeal. Still tricky. Let's see if we get anything in the Southwest. I know we weren't getting lobes or anything, but ooh, this eye-catching stage prop. Don't know. Rumor? I think that's true. Oh, so a boa is probably the stage prop. Ring location. Lobe. Robe. It's gotta be lobe. Because Albert. Prince Albert. I don't... Oh, because the earring. Okay. Funny. Don't think I'll ever get those. Can I just put in oral? Is that going to help with getting the other ones? TV actors. You actors like movie directors. That's not even right because he's talking about TV. Okay. C-tal. C? Control C if you're copying. Appeal. Okay, so this is entreaty is an appeal. Like when you're requesting something. So I think it might still be cilia, just with a Y instead. Okay, communion is a ritual. I was close with sacrament. So if this was scilia with an L, this would just be lull. 7 over something is lull. I'm not so sure about that. Big ring. I want it to be oval, but I can't really say why. I don't think that would necessarily... That is a ring. Is it bigger because it's wider? Say hey. Say. It can't just be hello. It might be solve protocol time just because I'm pushing on half an hour and I'm kind of out of ideas. Yeah, let's do the solve protocol.
Initiate the solve protocol.
So I'm going to start with Charybdis, and I'm sure I'm going to get stuff for the new Odyssey movie. Here we go. The idiom between skill and Charybdis has come to mean being forced to choose between two similar dangerous situations. So that's pretty close. So that does mean that 7/ is lull, and I have no idea what that means. So we'll have to look up the tricky answers after this. Let's say this is oval. What would this be then? Oral. I just don't know. Maybe the L is wrong. I mean, it seems right because ORA and we're talking about tooth care. But I mean, the solve protocol isn't helping at all. I mean, we can look up this Baroque artist. Is there a way to do it without just doing the thing where you just put in, the clue? Does this Baroque art, does this give us a list of famous artists? We're looking for a guy that ends in USSIN and probably starts with O, but we're not sure. Okay, we're going to start with painting. Caravaggio, I know him. Paul Rubens, I know him. This is our guy, right? Yeah, Nicholas Poussin. Okay, so oval's wrong. That's cool. No. Okay, so I think this is Hala. That's fun. Big ring. Peel. This is bell ringing. Maybe if I just keep doing it, it'll make sense. Like on a bell tower. That's a peal. And then they do these sequences of there's a full peal or a half peal. You have to do all the bells in a certain sequence. It's a whole skilled thing, and it to get it right, a full peal I think takes an hour or more, and you have to sequence everything right. And that's a whole fascinating world that you get into. So this Aura Gel, I think it is. So then I don't know what 7 over here means anyways. Gull? That's going to be the first thing that we check out. Okay. This is another one we can look up. So let's talk about the summer triangle, shall we? Astronomical asterism in the northern celestial hemisphere. It's defining vertices, form a triangle at Altair. Deneb, that's the one we're looking for in Vega. Each is the brightest star of its own constellation. Is one of those the dog star? I don't care enough to look this up right now. So this is Deneb. Okay, so carrots has got to be wrong, right? So let's say this is Osakin. I just don't know what that would do with... Oh my god. Yes, I do. It's not diamonds like diamonds on a ring. It's baseball diamonds. Because crossword nerds, they love baseball. So this is ERAs, earned run averages. No good ending. No good, Nick. Nice. So then began is dawned. I don't know if this is going to solve it for us. Because I don't know what this fabulous collection, Asopica, is. And I don't know if 22 across gull is good. Now I'm wondering if Origel is with a J. That'll be the first thing that we try. Yeah, okay. So let's try a J here. So it's the month of July. 7/ would be the date, and it's abbreviated. That's pretty tricky. I don't know what this means. Asopica. Maybe it's on Wikipedia. Ooh! Oh! The collection of Aesop's fables is Asopica. So, a fabulous collection is a collection of fables. That is very clever. Thank you, Blake Slownecker, for this fun crossword that had a lot of good but fair misdirects. And hopefully for my audience, this was fun. I think this Saturday is a lot more just like kind of guessing at stuff and maybe not as many stories. So I don't know. If it sucked, tell me. I'll probably still stick to Thursdays. This is just because I wasn't feeling it on Thursday. But thanks for watching. Be safe.